okay, soldiers? COVID, please leave us alone.
COVID, please leave us alone.
All of us are staying home.
All of us are staying home.
I know you want to see us dead.
I know you want to see us dead.
You're staying home so you won't spread.
You're staying home so you won't spread.
Hello, everyone. This is Central Health Grenada's special online broadcast entitled COVID-19 and Those Most at Risk. My name is Roslyn Douglas. I'm the founder of Central Health Grenada, and I'm absolutely delighted to have Chrislyn Lashington here with us today. She is a licensed Zumba and Zubini instructor who holds a master's degree in public health from St. George's University. Chrislyn, welcome. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much. I am doing great. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share with your followers and discuss, exercise, which is such an important thing in these times.
Exercise is important, and that leads to my first question in terms of being a licensed Zumba and Zubini instructor. Can you tell us why it's important for us to spend time exercising, especially as we have to be more at home these days?
Yeah, exercise and just daily movement is important in general, not just now that we are facing this global pandemic. But what exercise does for the body is a few things. So it boosts your immune system, which means that it allows you to be able to fight off infection if it does happen. And it also allows you to feel good. It promotes a really good mental health, reduces the levels of anxiety. It actually improves with people who suffer from depression as well. And it just releases all those good endorphins that makes you feel good. And for some people, it's a very anxious time, and exercise can really help to alleviate that stress that you're feeling right now, some fear, some anxiety, as well as it even helps to promote better sleep quality. Some people may not be able to go to bed, with a restful mind, but once you exercise every day, you're able to go to bed and feel, you feel a little tired from exercising, so you go straight to bed instead of perhaps hours trying to get some good sleep at night.
But this leads me to my next question in terms of non-communicable diseases, and you're a person who has a master's in public health. But maybe you can speak on the non-communicable diseases that are out there and how exercise can help either delay or prevent the onset of those.
Of course, if you do have some sort of non-communicable disease, it's important to contact your doctor before engaging in physical fitness, because according to what it is, you have to do certain types of physical activity. So for instance, I always encourage persons when they're coming to Zumba or considering Zumba, but they're a little concerned for whatever reason, I'd say just check in with your doctor. It's a quick call. You don't have to go for a full visit. Just check in. They know your status and everything, and they can advise you accordingly. But the good thing about Zumba is that it allows persons to go at their own pace, and you're not pushed to go as hard as you may not want to or as your body may not be able to. And it is a very non-judgmental type of zone. So if, one person is going hard at whatever the move is and the other person is going a little calm, that's absolutely fine and encouraged.
Thank you for that. Thank you for saying that in terms of checking in with your doctor before you begin any type of exercise regimen. That's really very important. But everyone needs to exercise, from the young to those who are in their golden age group category, which I'm heading towards rapidly. So if you can share with us in terms of primary school, secondary, college, adult, seniors, in terms of the length of time they should exercise, of course, whatever advice their doctor gives them, as you rightly said, but just generally, if someone is reasonably healthy, what would be the recommended amount of exercise those groups should get?
Sure, it's really important for everyone to include some sort of physical activity, especially medium intensity. But we can start with babies. I mean, babies just can't help themselves. They're going to move regardless. So there's no need to even say that you have to include certain movement. But for instance, with Zumbini, which is something I do offer for children 0 to 4 years old, that is something that encourages movement for adults as well as the young ones. But for about, I'd say 3 to 5 years old, they generally recommend at least having movement or activity for about 3 hours a day. That's usually what is recommended. And then when you go up from about 6 to 17, so pretty much everyone in school up to secondary school, they would say at least an hour a day of exercise is recommended. For adults, it gets a little less. Adults is usually 150 minutes per week, which is about 3.5 hours. So if you break that down, it's about 5 days a week, half an hour each, right? So about 30 minutes. And of course, you'd see varying guidelines, different places, but that's the average that is recommended. So for instance, now, if you're in Grenada and the recommended time per day for exercise or under the regulations, it's 90 minutes. So you have an hour and a half, which is more than enough for the daily recommended amount for an adult. And you can spread it for the week, say you rest on the weekends, but if every day you do half an hour of exercise, you can say do 2 days of walking in your neighborhood. You can go to the beach another day, and you can do Zumba on the other 2 days with me online. So, that way you actually get the recommended amount. And now is a great time because I think, Roslyn, so many people may think, oh, I don't have to go to work, I don't have to go to school, I can just be lazy at home and watch TV. But when you do that, you're actually doing less activity than you used to do, because you would have been, walking up the steps at school or going to work, and you're doing less. So you want to actually get the whole family moving at this time. It's so much more important, not because we're just fighting a global pandemic, which is also in the country, but for your overall health and wellness.
That's just wonderful advice. I thank you for that. So what led you into becoming an exercise enthusiast? What brought you into being into a Zumba instructor and a Zumbini instructor? Tell me about that journey for you.
I grew up dancing. So I grew up dancing from the age of 5, around there. So since in primary school, I have always been performing. And eventually, as I moved over into corporate life, I wasn't able to perform as much anymore because of my obligations to my job, my business, and I needed a way to keep dancing and keep fit, you know what I mean? Because you do notice when you're sitting too often, you're not moving as much as you used to. You're going to school, so you're walking up and down. You're going to university, you're walking up and down. But then if you're especially an office job, you're sitting for quite a lot of time. So I noticed that difference, and I learned about Zumba. I learned that it was a thing, and I sought training. I did my training in New York more than 4 years ago, and I've since done a few other trainings. And Zumba also offers Zumbini, which is a music and movement program for caregivers with their children. And what drew me to Zumbini is the fact that if I hadn't started dancing from such an early age and playing pan and keyboard and drums, from so young, I wouldn't have been perhaps a lot of the person and the character that I am today, owing to the creative and performing arts. So I decided to do Zumbini as a way to open, some young children to that music and movement lifestyle from early. And even though they don't end up being musicians or performers, but there's a discipline that comes with, I think, creative arts, and there's a level of innovation in your mind and the way you think that can open you up to. And it's just a way to present that and offer that opportunity to Grenadians, because there was no other parent and child type of program that you can go to in Grenada.
I've seen the videos online of Zumbini and it's super cute. It's super cute. The kids have cloths and bright colors and they get to move around and the parents
Yes.
hold them and they twirl around and it's really interactive. I just think it's absolutely cute. So I understand that you have an online Zumba class opportunity. Tell us about it.
Yes. So, I offer weekly classes in Grenada for Zumba. And now that we have entered a limited state of emergency, I thought it was important to keep people moving. I absolutely love my classes. I love the people who come to my classes. And I wanted to offer them an opportunity to still attend class under the regulations, hence the live online classes. So I'm able to now do 2 weekly classes online. So it's live, you get to see me, I'm in my home, working out with you at your home. And we're really having fun. And for those who don't know what Zumba is, it is a dance fitness program. We do it all over the world. There are instructors in every single country around the world. It originally started with Latin music, but now it includes world music. So we tend to dance to soca, dancehall, pop, hip hop, salsa, merengue. We even travel all the way to India and do Bhangra and samba from Brazil and the funk that they have there. So we incorporate almost any genre of music into the routine. It is fun, easy, and easy to follow. And as I mentioned earlier, non-judgmental. If everybody's going to the right and you're going to the left, nobody cares as long as you're sweating and having a great time in class and just listening to your body and moving and just feeling good as you're doing it with us.
This is excellent. And
Yeah.
I wish you all the best with that. Tell us how people can get in touch with you to find out or sign up for this online Zumba class.
For sure. You can check out the Facebook page. It's Zumba Grenada. So that's ZUMBA Grenada. You can check it out on Facebook. You can also send me an email on missychrissy@gmail.com. So that's MSYCHRISSY@gmail.com. And I'll give you the schedule for both the Zumba and Zumbini classes. So far, it's Tuesdays and Fridays, 11 a.m. for Zumbini and 5 p.m. for Zumba. And everyone can join in the fun, especially with Zumba. So, let me know if you have any questions. I'm definitely here for you. And so far, tickets are available on gotofet.com.
Excellent. Well, I am a supporter of small business owners and entrepreneurs, so I wish you all the best with that. Chrislyn Lashington, licensed Zumba and Zumbini instructor with a master's degree in public health. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Central Health Grenada's special online broadcast, COVID-19 and those most at risk. I chose to interview Chrislyn because we are home more and the tendency is for us to just sit at our computers for long periods of time and watch TV and not move around as much as we used to. So this is an invitation from her to participate in her online Zumba class. Participate and make it a family activity. Have a good one.